Welcome back to you for another yummy update, my friends. Hope you are having a wonderful Easter. The monthly structure of Bitcoin, right, it's going to continue to hold. Hopefully, we're going to move through the end of April soon. We're going to get the business ISM print, which doesn't really matter because it reflects the business conditions as well. You know the drill, right, when it comes to that. Remember, for Ethereum, friends, Ethereum is obviously, we've been talking about Ethereum a long time. It's been disappointing us for a very long time. But I have marked here the CME gaps. So we need basically, can you at least just fill one of these for us, man? Like maybe, friends, you never know, man. Maybe it fills this in May, it fills this one in June, and then it fills that one in July. And by the way, these are like terrible prices. Terrible. My gosh, dude. Ethereum, oh wow, you hit 1750. And then, oh wow, you hit 2600. Oh wow, you hit 3200. Dude, you're meant to be $8,000 right now. You're literally meant to be that. We're giving you Ethereum spot ETF. So it's very tough to basically just watch this. But yeah, I want to let you know, these are the CME gaps that they will get filled eventually. At some point in this decade, in the next 1,000 years, because it's Ethereum just coming straight down. By the way, friends, this is the biggest scam pattern you've ever seen. A triple top. Literally, this is the gold chart, man. Gold did this. Like this super massive scam triple top. And gold didn't even come back this deep. So this thing just wiped everything under here. So as it moves up, we're going to see some confidence return back to every single narrative of every single coin. And that's what we want to see. I maintain my position that Bitcoin Maxi is, well, man, just you're playing with fire, bro. Like you are 4 green years of Bitcoin dominance going up, man. The amount of the Bitcoin stuff that's been lining up, I'm actually scared for it in the next bear market. I'm not joking, because the amount of weak hands it will get to be joining is wow. It's huge, friends. I've got some new news coverage here to show you. Like, for example, look at this, okay? Look at this. MicroStrategy is building a Bitcoin bank targeting 500 trillion market cap. This is a must watch. So, and Max Kaiser, right? This is how they can perpetually pay interest on their continuing issuance of preferred and debts. This is just like, we are now taking this to a massive, dangerous Ponzi part. Where you're going to open a bank. But by the way, man, what's your business thing? Like, it's just, you're going to turn into Peter Schiff. This thing stops. There's no innovation on it. It has a cap. But look, it doesn't matter. The first wave of it is going to be big. But why I like this, friends, is that's why I like this. When I say the word dangerous, yeah, it means dangerous to the bull side, because this is what I love. Okay, I love when I come across a narrative where I can see other people believing in it, but I know it's full of crap. Right? By the way, they're very hard. It's kind of like if you find an early Ponzi. That's why a lot of people, by the way, bought Hex. They said, oh, Hex was a load of shit, but I'm just getting long because it looks like it's going to go up, and there's a lot of people shitting it. People said that about Hex in that first cycle. So people said that about XRP. They go, oh, you're never going to get world adoption, but a lot of people like it, so whatever. They just hold it, okay? So there are many things like this, and you are the biggest advantage if you like that, because you have a point where you can at least get out at some point, where other people, it has to go and fulfill the destiny. Like, for example, there are people, they're not selling Bitcoin unless it hits 13 million. What if Bitcoin hits 280K this cycle, comes back down to 70, and then it has an extended bear market next cycle? You know what I mean? Like, they're going to be the ones suffering. But yeah, well, you didn't even know. What if it doesn't hit 250K though? What if it hits 120K? What if it hits 400K, gets people to FOMO in? That's why, yeah, it's not as easy as it looks. And yes, there's plenty more things to come with this Bitcoin story. It will be fascinating. Something I found also interesting, friends, the new financial scam of the future. It's happening right now. What is it going to be? It is microloans, micro subscriptions. That's for financially illiterate people, because they're like, oh, this is only $2 a week. Oh, this is only $3 a week. Oh, this is only like 40 cents a day. Right? People who are financially illiterate, which is literally most people have a financial IQ way below 100. And by the way, friends, the population has a financial IQ of like 20. Okay. I'm not even joking, because we are horrible at estimating inflation, but we're amazing at saving money. Do you know that? Do you know everyone actually saves? You would think, friends, you would literally think that, you go to school, everyone's like, oh, people don't save. People don't save. No, it's a load of crap. They do save. It's just that they underestimate inflation. They can't compute it in their head, because the money printer, friends, that's why the money printer, the US data and all the world data, it's fugazi. You see? So, for example, US tells you, oh, inflation's 2.5%. No, it's not. The inflation rate is the price rate of gold, okay, which is 8% per year. And how do we know that? They print money at 7 to 8% per year. That's how much the money printer is going up. The currency is going up that much. That's the real inflation. Okay, 7 to 8% per year. Now there's some deflationary aspect to it. Maybe it's 6%, but you get the point. It's a huge difference compared to what you're told in the news. So you think, oh, things only go up 2.5% per year. No, they're not. They're going up at 7% per year. You get it? Many things are going up. Now, it's obviously very difficult, but people, friends, that's what shocked my mind. Most people save. Because you think, oh no, everybody's stupid. Everybody has 7 cars. No, they're not. Everyone saves. They do save. But what are they saving in? The fiat currency, which is being printed at 7% per year. They are completely underestimating how much something's going to be in like 5 years. Because you think, oh, it's only growing at 2% per year. No, it's not. It's growing at 7% per year, bro. Friends, you know, if something, for example, after 10 years, if something grows at 7% per year, it doubles. It doubles. So if something costs you $10,000 now, in 10 years, it's going to cost you $20,000. People, it's because you're like living short term, you're only looking at 6 months into the future. People can't really compute it. That's why long-term thinking wins. Look at this guy. Ducky with a trans ice cream flag as well. Slow down, Clarinet. I don't know what this is. Your payment for Dice is successful. Your payment for Lyft. Your payment for this. Your payment for that. This. United Airlines. Your payment. Right. So this person's like, whoa, slow down, phone. It's kind of funny. They're like so separated from it as well. Charlotte Fang, also a cult member. I think she made them a ladies. Deregulating and digitally expanding wide access to predatory microloans, gambling, and casino gaming targets the lower IQ bands is the best weapon the productive caste of society has to recoup their taxes being delivered to the parasitic welfare class. We should sell them opium too. Just obviously making a joke here, like, hey, we should just sell them drugs as well. That's a good way to manage money. Just legalize like every single hardcore drug. It kills you, but it's really, really good to get really high, and we can make money off that. I better not say that too loud, actually, because there's probably a story movie plot for that, where the government's like, hey, let's allow people to do drugs, but they actually have a high death rate. But that's okay, because when we kill them, the people who are taking them, they're on the social welfare system anyway. So so when they die, that's less that we have to pay in the future. I'm sure some government out there is going to do that one day. Financially illiterate people will be targeted with these microloan subscription scams. It's the new form of high interest rate credit cards, right? So this thing, it's only 40 cents an hour. It's nothing, you know. It's only like $1 a day, you know. And then you sign up to all these, and before you know it, bang, 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 everything's getting smacking you about. So yeah, hopefully crypto gets to solve that, but maybe crypto might actually enable that, to be honest. I found this interesting as well, friend. Davey Soy Hoffman. He's replying to Uniswap from Unichain. Unichain is for DeFi. The Ethereum L1 is for DeFi. And then Gaydon Adams replies to him, right? Solana has a better roadmap, team, and approach if the plan is to do DeFi on the L1 or vertical scaling. Ethereum has been working on layer 2-centric horizontal scaling roadmap for 5+ years. You want to throw this away at the final stretch because of what reason? So they're obviously arguing and stuff out here. And like I said, man, did I not tell you, man? Okay. You're seeing 5 red monthly candles. So even soy boys are arguing with each other about what type of soylent strain they are consuming in their soy latte. Okay? That's what they're doing. So the guy with the middle, the guy who drinks with his pinky finger up, he's complaining to the other guy. He's like, hey, there's not enough flowers on your poncho today. That's what they're basically arguing about. See, friends, 5 red monthly candles, that's what happens. When there are like, 5 green monthly candles, also watch out. That euphoria isn't like, whoa, there's a 100% rate, things are about to go bad. It could be a 6 green monthly candle too, so be careful of that, but just be careful. But even friends, when there's like 2 green monthly candles, they're like, what was I talking about? That wasn't me. You know, I was just going through a tough time out here, right? So that's a product of what happens when you're in these markets and these cycles. Now, the thing is, you don't really need to, be in and out with the market like that. However, what if euphoria is there and then you're euphoric? Crypto brutal, man. Crypto it will change your life. It can change your life for the better. The thing is, if you miss euphoria, I mean, like, look at Hex, down 99% after 4 years. You missed euphoria. See, it's literally 4 years later. And it could be 5 years, by the way. You know, what if it's below 10 cents in September next year? Then it's like, okay, that is 5 years gone now, right? So that's why paying attention to euphoria is extremely important. But there's a price you pay mentally, which is it can wear things down to you. Recently, in the past 24 hours, friends, we saw some anonymous rogue wallets. It's kind of funny. Vietnamese kid-esque wallets bridge money in suspiciously, come in and start buying PulseChain, and then it retraced half the move. But it's thin liquidity weekend, so better times could come during the week as well. A lot of people are sad and depressed because I know what they meant. They're just expecting Richard to pump the bags. You know what? Maybe he will. Maybe he will. But they want him to pump it so they can dump and leave. Maybe he's got other plans. It's kind of funny, man. Like, people, friends, are so predictable because they can only think of themselves, right? Because that's how they're blinded. They can never step into someone else's shoes. They go, oh, I'm right, you're wrong. Haha, you're stupid, I'm smart. That's what they just, by default, people think like that. Yeah. I definitely don't think like that. I don't judge books by their cover. Like, I'm always thinking, hey, what's the angle? What can we learn? What can we gather from this? I'm always got to keep an open mind. Now, especially when it comes to this perspective, I want you to think about, here's the thing, man. If you were Richard Hart and you knew you had a community of big bag holders, there's not everyone in there, but there is a section in there. They're loudmouths on Twitter. And some of them, okay, stupid of them. By the way, some of you dumb CUNTs literally bagging me out on Twitter. You know there are receipts of you like 1 to 2, 3 weeks ago of you talking about you're going to sell and leave, you can't wait for this thing to be done, etc. How stupid are you to even say something like that? You know he's listening, right? And by the way, you know that the strategy he has in his head accommodates for scum like you know? So it's not going to be what you think. What is it going to be? I don't know. Ask him. I'll tell you right now, it ain't going to be Mr. Dumb Richard Hart, according to you, is going to come buy a bag up 100x and then you sell it down and walk away. That ain't going to be the strategy. It's going to be something else. But it's funny. These people be like, no, it'll work. You've been wrong about like everything for the past 4 years. I've been watching all of you. Yeah. You've literally all been wrong. All of you. Literally wrong. Can't get more wrong. Embarrassed, shameful, wrong for like 4 years. Okay, so you have no idea what's going on. Now, you can't just necessarily be faded because there's a lot of unknowns, but you just have no idea what's going on. So I can just tell you right now, how you think it's going to play out ain't going to play out. That's all I'll say on that. Uncle Peter Schiff, when Jay Powell's term expires, Trump will likely nominate the most dovish replacement to ever chair the Fed. His nominee will be a loyal soldier, willing to sacrifice the dollar and create as much inflation as needed to monetize exploding debt to keep interest rates artificially low. So I just want to let you know, friends, Jay Powell, his term expires next year, 2026. So we don't know what's going to happen. Is Trump just going to fire him now and install someone else to cut rates? Or is Powell going to pivot a bit and go, okay, look, let's cut rates 4 times in the next 6 months. And then maybe, that's why I said, but the debt, friends, the debt rollover is due June. They have to do something with the debt. That's why I'm just guessing. What if they do a 6-month rollover printing, then the real one starts? Maybe. I don't know. I don't know if it's possible. Okay, I haven't been able to find information about it. No one even knows where to look. Or the government makes up the rules. Surely they can do that. I mean, you print the fiat. You're the world reserve currency. You can go in and just blow someone up. I'm sure you can do that. But I don't know. Like, how close we are to the firing, right? And yeah, friends, as well, when you look at the facts as well, Jay Powell's a CUNT. Here's a see you next Thursday and a see you next Tuesday. Trueflation is, dude, it's 1.3%. You're telling me you're now, we've got to worry about inflation. Shut up, bro. You're printing 7-8% money supply per year. You don't care about inflation. You just make the inflation. What are you talking about? Which means they hate Trump. They don't want his risk on assets to pump. Continuing some themes with the PulseChain narrative as well, friends. We had the resurrection prophecy. I've got plenty more of stuff like that coming out here. I want to just mention to you something interesting, okay? So what we just had, what's happened, okay? MakerDAO was shut down 3 days ago. Cattie was given access with a strap on by a mysterious allowance. The Vietnamese kid who is rumored PulseChain pioneers, the Vietnamese kid who was extracting from the chain just sat there and let Cattie come in and bid for the auctions and take over the protocol. That's why we're like, that's really sus, man. That's literally like you're robbing a house and then another thief comes in, you stop robbing the house and you let the other thief take millions of dollars. Someone will be like, hey, I think you two know each other. Okay. So that's what happened. Okay. Then she shut down the protocol. So the protocol's not shut down. There's a 3-day resurrection period. Yeah. 3 days, 72 hours. It just hit. As soon as it hits, Cattie comes out and starts posting resurrection prophecies and like, hey, something new can come out. There might be a new thing, a new protocol or a new stablecoin. We don't know. I don't know the exact thing. She starts talking about new stuff. We're like, dude, we're being called dietarios for even asking if it's possible before, right? So there's been like a full 180 change. Now, to take over the protocol, friends, she minted something like 10 quadrillion pMKR tokens. 10 quadrillion, all right? There's only $30,000 on the bid. So she would have like enormous amount of coins. Now, this is very sus. This is the Maker to Pulse ratio. Look at it's going up over time. So Pulse Maker's meant to be dead. Meant to be. But look, man, this chart, why is there $30,000, $45,000 on the bid here? What's happening? That's weird. It should be dead. If the thing is dead, why don't you all sell? Take the money before other people do. There's $45,000 on the bid. If the thing is literally dead, it's dead now, we're meant to move on, why won't you dump your governance voting tokens? Because remember, make it out, friends, your admin key is the token. It's the governance is the token itself. The token votes to do stuff. Okay, so why don't you dump all of it and take the money and run? I'm asking that question. We don't have an answer. We're like, that's suspicious. That's very suspicious. Why aren't you leaving? It's like, friends, yes, let's say we're in a bank. We're in a bank and someone in the bank tells the bank tellers, oh my gosh, there are violent criminals coming in here right now with armed guns. You better leave. They're going to shoot everyone in here. And then the bank tellers start walking out and they're like, wait a minute, why are you staying? Why are you staying in here? And then you're saying, no, they're coming with evil weapons. You got to leave. And you're like, okay, dude, I get it. They're coming. Why are you still in the bank? And we're all leaving. And then there's no answer. You know something fishy is going on. Well, that's exactly what we're seeing. Why are you holding the useless dead governance tokens of this? Why? I don't know what happens next, but that's very suspicious, friends. And charts like that, they're not accidental walk-ups, man. They're not. All right. Someone's been accumulating that over time. However, it could be that they accumulated this to do to the makeover before, to takeover, but it's something to think about. They might know something we don't. Could be part of the plan. My nipples remain pegged. Like, subscribe, belly button, or catch you in the next one.